everybody! This week we're doing top fives. So, for me, since I read way too much, I decided to do top 5 books. Number 5 for me was this one, Blood and Chocolate by Annette Klause. So basically, this one's about werewolves. It's a teen book, so it's not too hard to read, in case you're a little bit like, oh my god, words! Ah! No, it's not that difficult. It's definitely an easy read. I read this the first time when I was 15, and to give you an idea how popular it was at my school, there was like a 2-week waiting list just for this book. Maybe my school was a bunch of nerds, but it was like one of the worst high schools in the district. So, basically it's about this family of werewolves. And it surrounds this girl named Vivian. I think she's, 16. She's 16, and their home got burned down, and she lost her father in the process. So, her and her clan, or pack, or whatever you want to call it, they travel to, like a suburban city, and she falls in love with a meat boy, or a human. And so it's kind of the trials of the pack stuff, and picking a new leader, and it's really it's not for like under 15-16. It's very sexual, and I don't mean like full-blown NC-17 sex scenes, but there is enough sex in it to make like a younger kid maybe be a bit more aversive to it. So, but it's very good, and if you like the Twilight, True Blood, all that kind of stuff, it's in here. It's just much better written. And if you like this, you can also try The Silver Kiss, which is another book by Annette Klause, but it's about vampires. For number four, I picked a series, and it's the Rainbow Boys series. You can't really see it. Rainbow Boys by Alex Sanchez. This is the first one. Second one is Rainbow High. Third one is Rainbow Road. It surrounds these 3 boys. They're all gay. It's Jason Carrillo. He is like the high school jock, and he's got like the hottest girlfriend and all this stuff. He's like a basketball player, but he's like secretly gay, and it's him. Part of this is him like struggling to figure himself out. And it goes like 3 different chapters around the 3 different boys. So like that would be chapter 1. Chapter 2 would be about Kyle Meeks. Kyle Meeks is on the swim team mostly to appease his jock-loving father, and he's in the closet and gay. Only his best friend Nelson knows that he's gay, but he's kind of like the quiet, shy, nerd kid who's like super smart. And then the third kid is Nelson. He's like the flamer, very flamboyant, very in your face, and it's kind of him like struggling with being in love with Kyle, spoiler, and stuff like that. And it's really their whole lives in high school and things like that. I'm not going to give away too much, but if you know someone who's gay, or if you're gay yourself, it's an amazing series if you can get your hands on it. I do believe most schools and libraries carry it nowadays. If they don't, they should. It's amazing. Number 3, another series, because I like series, is Twilight. I'm kidding. No, I'm seriously kidding. It's not Twilight. I hate Twilight. It's the Kaisha Ross series by Amelia Atwater Rhodes. First one is Hawksong. Second one is Snakecharm. Third one is Falcondance. Fourth one is Wolfcry. Fifth one is Wyvernhail. It's kind of in this like fantasy world. It's very fantastical and super awesome. All of them are really short, like 200 pages or so. But don't let that like make you assume it's like badly written. I really enjoy this author. She's probably one of my all-time favorite authors in the world. And this surrounds a shapeshifter culture. The story begins between these 2 warring clans, the serpents, and the other ones is the avians, so the hawks, sparrows, ravens, things like that, except the falcons. And they're warring, and the 2 like leaders, like the prince and princess of either land, want it to stop. So it's Danica Chardet, the hawk, and Zane Cobriana, the cobra. And so they go off to like this peacemaker land called the Mistari, and they're like tiger shapeshifters there, and they And the Mistari tell them, you know, maybe the best way to end this war is to bring your two clans together. Essentially, get hitched. And it kind of goes around them trying to keep the peace, trying to do this, do that. And it's, as cheesy as that might sound, it's an amazing series, and you need to read it. This series is a bit long. I don't think anyone's ever heard of it. It's pretty underground. Harry Potter! So, I'm sure you all know the story. I have all 7 in my lap, and they're too heavy to pick them all up at once. But, so, there's the first 3. There's number 4. There's number 5, which I'm actually reading right now. And number 6 and 7. Yeah, now they're both backwards. Okay. I love Harry Potter, and everybody knows the story. Boy wizard, famous boy wizard, goes to Hogwarts and does all sorts of cool, totally awesome things. So, I'm not going to really touch on it because I think everybody knows the plot. And my number 1 choice is The Lord of the Rings. I love The Lord of the Rings. I read it the first time when I was 15, and I'm going to be 21 in like a week, so yeah. Lord of the Rings. As you can see, Fellowship of the Ring has been through the ringer. Don't ever bring a book to Warped Tour when it's scheduled to rain. Yeah, bad idea. But it's an incredible series. If you don't like the books, I wouldn't. If you don't like the movie, I wouldn't recommend reading the books because it's extremely close. And like, Tolkien's my favorite author in the whole world. I said in my last video I want to be a writer. I want to be a writer like him. Like, he is my idol. Number 5, Deathnote. Deathnote is about a boy named Light Yagami. There are 2 worlds. There's the Shinigami world, which is death gods, and there's our regular Earth. And each Shinigami has a Death Note, which is a notebook where you write in people's names when they're supposed to die. The Shinigami in question is bored with life or unlife or whatever, so he throws this Death Note down to Earth, and Light Yagami finds it. He decides he wants to kill all the mean people in the world. Number 4 is Gravitation. Gravitation is about Suichi Shindo, and he is in a band called Bad Luck with his best friend. He's wandering around one night, and he loses his lyrics. This guy, Yuki, he picks it up, reads it, and says that you suck. Suichi gets really mad, later finds out that he's like a best-selling author, and they fall in love and do it. This one, Gakuen Heaven, is probably one of my favorite yaoi mangas of all time. It's about this kid named Keita, and he is accepted at this really high-ranking school called Bell Liberty School, and he goes there like, why am I accepted? I don't know if I belong, blah, 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 and it's very interesting and romancy and adorable. Number 2, it's a manga that no one's ever heard of before, Inuyasha, and it's really good. It's about this girl named Kagome, and she is a reincarnated priestess from feudal Japan, and she does not realize it, but she has what is called the Jewel of 4 Souls inside her. One day, she goes to her well at her family's like shrine, and it explodes open, and a giant centipede monster comes out, and the centipede grabs her and drags her into feudal Japan, which is where she meets Inuyasha, the half-demon. It's a lot of fun. It definitely has everything you need in a manga: adventure, violence, demons, romance, drama. It's awesome, and I love it. And my number 1 pick, Fruits Basket. It's about this girl named Toru Honda, and her mother died. She went to live with her grandfather, and he was having renovations on his house, so she said, oh, it's okay, I'll go stay with a friend for a while. But in reality, she went to like the forest and stayed in a tent. She didn't know it at the time, but she was on the land of the Soma family. They find out, and they make her stay with them, because what she finds out really quickly is that if any of the members of the family, or most of the members of the family, if they're hugged by the opposite sex, they turn into the animal of their zodiac sign. That's my video for this week. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you wander off to a bookstore and grab some of these recommendations. I'll see you next week. Bye.